Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to LeTip Live. LeTip is an organization of like-minded individuals brought together to help each other's businesses grow and flourish. And today we have a special treat for you. We have the Thanksgiving special. We're live in studio, but we have our lovely ladies virtually, and we are going to be interviewing people from our nonprofits that were just featured in our Communicare. So if you haven't seen the Communicare, you definitely want to check it out. It might be in your spam folder. So open up your spam folder, make sure you have the LeTip Communicare. I'm going to pull that up for you guys right now so you can see this month's issue of Communicare. And it just basically features chapters, members, and today, nonprofits. So definitely check out Communicare. It comes out every month, and it's giving you guys tips and tricks about LeTip. So without any further ado, let's dive in to the lovely ladies we have today. In no particular order, we're going to start with Mary Ellen. Mary Ellen, welcome to the special Thanksgiving edition of LeTip Live. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you, Doug. How are you tonight?
I'm great. You know, it was a little stressful tonight, but I think we're going to get through it. We had some technical difficulties, but we're all good. We're happy to have you and get to know you more. So, Mary Ellen, why don't you tell us, like, you know, what your nonprofit is?
Our nonprofit is called the National Scenic Visitors Center. And the basic idea of it is to provide an experience to visitors that is as close as possible to being a giant and walking across the United States and feeling the mountains and river valleys under your feet.
That is awesome.
Yes, it's a very unusual idea. And it's an idea that I had about 30 years ago. And when I got ready to retire, I contacted someone at National Geographic who was the founder of the GOB and other giant map programs that National Geographic was promulgating across the country. And I told him about my idea, and he said to me, "You will not believe this, but another gent was in here 3 weeks ago with the same exact idea." So he connected us, and we are the co-founders of the National Scenic Visitors Center. Our original vision, and you can see it in a video on our website, was of a map of the United States that's three-dimensional relief, and it's 100 yards long. And it would be built in a dome, and Alaska and Hawaii would be out in the parking lot in the correct geospatial position, and a very magnificent idea. But you don't start with something like that. So we built a prototype, and our prototype is called the Earthwalk Explorer. It has had 20,000 visitors across Pennsylvania, and it's about to have some visitors, I hope, from one of our other nonprofits here. It's currently being exhibited to the public at the Northampton Community College Bethlehem campus. Mm-hmm. Tickets for it are available on Eventbrite. And if you buy a ticket for it, you get a tip. And if you buy Earthwalk socks, you get another tip. So this is an appeal to all of you nice LeTip people out there to come out and have the experience. This map is obviously much smaller than our original concept, but it's still pretty doggone big. It's in a gantry that's 10 by 20 feet, and it's the entire east coast of the United States with geo shows about native history and culture, about geography, and about bird migration.
Awesome. Great stuff. So we're going to learn a lot more about that tonight. We're just going to introduce everybody else too. So thank you, Mary Ellen. We're going to bring you into the green room, and we're going to bring up Mikey from Swim with Heart. Welcome back, Mikey.
Thanks for having me back.
Absolutely. So tell us what Swim with Heart's all about.
So Swim with Heart was made 13 years ago with the idea that any kid at any age can learn how to swim and the confidence that goes along with that swimming. And I'm proud to say I've been a LeTip member since 2015. If I had listened to my lawyer, it would have been from when I first started, but it's been an amazing group for me. And some of my kids are now employed by LeTip businesses. So it's really excelling as a partnership for Swim with Heart and our LeTip programs.
Awesome. Awesome.
Our
So you would
businesses,
say,
beg your pardon,
so
businesses.
some of your kids are getting now into the businesses and with other LeTip members.
Yes,
So you would say that some of those businesses are like mentors.
exactly. Exactly.
Awesome. That's going to segue us into Haley, because Haley is all about mentors. So Haley, tell us about your mentorship.
Hi, everybody. Yes, I'm Haley Stout with Big Brothers Big Sisters of Bucks County. We are the Big Brothers Big Sisters chapter that services solely Bucks County. So mentoring, we place children between the ages of 7 and 16 with active community members who undergo a series of screenings and background checks to ensure that they have the ability and the capacity to be a responsible big. We place them together under traditionally our community-based programs where they go out into the community and go to activities like NSBC, museums, fishing, hiking, just getting a bite to eat and just really having that facilitated time of one-to-one relationship building where a lot of kids in this area, they might not necessarily have that extra support. We like to say that, you know, a child might have an incarcerated parent, or they may be one of 7 and they need to have that extra attention and support where they might not be getting it where they need it. So having an active nonprofit dedicated to mentoring really, we believe, really builds up communities. And LeTip is a huge supporter of that. We see so much support from our local LeTip chapter, LeTip Doylestown, shout out. And they just are so incremental in helping us with our fundraising events, building partnerships that really focus on our littles and providing opportunities, much like Mikey had shared. It's a wonderful opportunity, and LeTip only helps us fulfill that further.
Awesome. Great stuff. So there
my
you
LeTip name tag right here.
Absolutely. There you go. So there you have it. This is our dream team for the night. The lovely ladies of the nonprofit. And I do want to remind you guys that you can learn more about them in our LeTip Communicare. As you see here, comes out to you every month. Has a bunch of tips and tricks to help you on your LeTip journey. So definitely check that out. And you can see the full article about these lovely ladies. So in no particular order, let's just go around the room, if you will. And, what made you get into being in like starting this nonprofit? So, I mean, we finished with Haley last time. Haley, why don't you start? What made you get into this, into this?
Well, I've been with Big Brothers Big Sisters since I was 18. And my story here is kind of fun. I joined as a social media coordinator, just helping out part-time while I was in school, going to school for communications, and talk about mentoring. Big Brothers Big Sisters facilitated my educational journey as much as my educational journey facilitated towards Big Brothers Big Sisters. So it's been really reciprocal. Throughout graduation, I received a full-time position at the agency, and I've only expanded that further. In the last year, I've been promoted to director of development for the organization. So I'm very,
Congratulations.
thank you so much. Thank you. So it's an honor to have my journey start up very similarly to how we see our littles and just seeing that growth. So I'm very, very proud, and the opportunities that presented me with being able to go to business groups like LeTip and facilitate those relationships there with our local business community that really they're our biggest source of support. So we're very, very grateful.
Awesome. Great stuff. Mikey, what made you get into the nonprofit industry here?
I worked for a few other nonprofits, and I just saw ways that we could make an organization be more influential and a better resource for our kids. And so Swim with Heart was born in 2010, and we're 13 years old.
Very cool. Awesome. Mary Ellen, you're up. How did you get into walking on Mars?
My career was mostly at AT&T, and they had me traveling back and forth between Chicago and LA about once a month to see this grumpy customer. So I had the opportunity. I had the opportunity to fly over the Western United States, and I was absolutely blown away by its beauty, by the extent of it, the expanse of it, and frankly, how empty it appeared to be, how much open space it appeared to have. And I thought to myself, I'm so lucky to see this, and how many people will never, ever be able to appreciate it or see it this way. So I thought, well, wouldn't it be fun if we would make a giant map in which they could have this experience somewhat? And maybe if people had a better understanding of it, they would take better care of it. And then later I found out that the state of geographic knowledge in our country, and especially our young people, is disastrous. It's been de-emphasized in the schools, and a National Geographic survey showed that 29% of American young people are not really sure which ocean is the Atlantic and which ocean is the Pacific.
Oh my
To
goodness.
me, that's an emergency, you know?
Yeah.
So when I hooked up with my co-founder, that was part of our mission, was to improve people's understanding of geography, because it's really important to know where things are if you're going to have any understanding of what's going on in the world. So that's part of our mission too. So
Awesome. Great stuff. So I do want to remind everyone at home that we are live. So if you guys at home have a question, comment, or concern, you can answer it live. We can answer it live in the comment section. So if you put your question in the comment section, all of us here can answer it live with you today. And I do want to have this kind of be like a little open forum with you, ladies. So if you guys have questions for each other, feel free to jump in, and we can kind of have a nice little chat here. So why don't we dive in? Mikey, you said you just turned 13.
Yes.
So how's been the journey turning 13? Now you're a teenager, are you?
We survived COVID.
That's the
And
big.
I know that's the biggest one, right? And LeTip was instrumental for Swim with Heart to surviving COVID. We had we closed down February 20th, and I believe it was in May 5th. They did the early Give Back Tuesday, and LeTip helped me raise $5,000 for Swim with Heart, and that got me through until the government gave us our aid. And it just was really, everyone was in support of all of us staying in business. And our LeTip Westside Regional Center was 80 members strong at that point before COVID. Now we're about 50, but everyone there, we're all supportive of each other for the last 3 years. It's been tough, as I'm sure everyone knows, but we're looking forward to the convention.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
LeTip convention in April 24.
In Las Vegas.
Yeah, in Las Vegas. Mark the calendar. It's going to be a wild time in Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. So when you guys mentioned COVID, you all kind of had a reaction. How about for you, Mary Ellen or Haley? Did COVID throw you a curveball?
For sure. They threw us a curveball because we were just about to open with our first map when COVID struck, and we were unable to get into a venue because the venues were all closed. The museums were all closed. So we just got started rolling in, I think it was May of 21, as they were just starting to reopen. And since then, we went to 8 different locations across Pennsylvania, schools, international conventions, the State House, and other museums. So we've been very fortunate because the rebound from COVID really did feed into our numbers and the number of visitors that we were able to welcome to our experience.
Awesome. Haley, how did you guys, weather the storm, if you will?
COVID was particularly difficult for our organization. We kind of split up our mentoring programs into 2 thoughts. We have our community base, which I touched on previously, and then we also have a very large portion of our programming and a lot of funding comes from our school-based programming. So we have our school-based programming where adults within the community meet with a child for their lunch period. That wasn't able to happen over COVID. So we also have our high school bigs program, which is peer-to-peer between high schoolers and the elementary schools within the same district. Those meetings were not able to happen. So half of our programming was lost due to COVID and the inability to work within the schools. Those schools had a lot going on, and I think we all know that. So we really tried to maintain those relationships, but it really was decimating in terms of our numbers and the support that we give to the littles, as well as the bigs within those programs. And then obviously, funding is a worry because you're not necessarily able to have your fundraising events. So having, in my chapter, we have a credo, and the third one is one that really hits home: is the chapter becomes your family. And that was certainly the case for us. Like Mikey, our chapter is about 75 strong. And fortunately, those numbers have kind of stayed that way throughout COVID. So we were able to have a really strong safety net with, the family that we've ingrained ourselves with at Doylestown LeTip East. And being able to do so really fortified our ability to bounce back after COVID, which we're still doing. So nonprofits don't have this, innate ability to snap back. It's a lot of work and a lot of relationship building and reestablishing those relationships.
Yes. I agree with that.
So this conversation is not pre-rehearsed. We didn't talk about any of this beforehand, but it seems like, during COVID, to help weather a storm, LeTip was, helpful.
Crucial.
In many ways. Okay. All right. So I'm glad that LeTip was able to band together. So is there anything we can, dive deeper into that? So like how was LeTip able to, help you guys out?
I think in terms of support, just having other like-minded business owners who are experiencing similar things, if not the exact same thing, of a closure for 8 months, or how are we going to pay for this, or how are you going to pay? Well, we didn't have to pay for insurance because we didn't. So my group helped me get some of my funds back from our big insurance policy because we didn't need insurance. We weren't operating. And then I had someone help me get the PPP loan. Our not auditor, but CPA. Sorry. Yeah. So I think everyone and LeTip is excellent at helping each other build and grow.
I feel like that's the number one priority of LeTip. I take away the business and the tips and the referrals. It really is an organization that really just wants you to succeed based on the innate hope that your community supports you. And that's what LeTip is and what LeTip does.
Awesome.
Well, ironically, even though I'm obviously the oldest person here, I'm a true baby when it comes to LeTip. I've only been a member for 2 months, but I have given and received quite a few tips, and I'm very impressed with the organization. And I actually really enjoyed being in the organization, even though I was kind of shocked when I found out what the time commitment was.
Yeah.
I no longer feel that the time commitment is too much, and I feel like I really benefit a lot from the meetings and from the interactions. As yet, I want to tell my chapter the success story that you two have experienced from your LeTip organization, because my chapter, I'm the first nonprofit that has belonged to it, and they're kind of saying like, how can we help a nonprofit? Everybody else is, in a for-profit business. Right. So you've given me several really good ideas about how they can help a nonprofit.
We definitely have to get creative in the way that we gain and give gifts or referrals and those tips. It is you really do have to be creative, and you have to we utilize some of the other participants in LeTip as our vendors. So as much as we receive from
Right.
LeTip, we also want to make sure that we're giving
Give back.
back too. So
Sure.
some
Yeah.
contract that we solidified after COVID because of COVID was we needed help with our payroll. So there was a payroll company within our organization, Simplify Payroll. So we said, let's sign this up because they have been supportive of us. We've heard firsthand, secondhand, and third party accounts of what they're able to do, and they're accredited through LeTip. So let's sign up.
Right.
So
And the other thing you said that really caught my attention was if you have a specific project or a specific need, then you can share that with your chapter, and some company in your chapter is going to want to support it as part of their community outreach.
Definitely. Corporate social responsibility is huge, especially I would say post COVID. That's been one of the largest things that companies look at nowadays is how they can have their company align with nonprofit directives and how to really have a tangible partnership come out of that based on the alignment of values.
It's good.
Awesome. Great stuff. And, that's what LeTip's all about. People say it's like one big family and we're all help each other out. So I love the conversation going on right now. And Mary Ellen's taking her notes and getting all these good ideas. I love it. Absolutely. I love it. It's great stuff. Do want to remind everybody at home that we're live. So if you want to be part of the conversation, put a question, comment, or concern in the comment section. We'll answer it live here tonight with our lovely nonprofits. So we kind of touched based on the past and how we weathered the storm, if you will. What do we got going on in the future? Do we have any future plans? Any exciting future news? What's going on? Yeah.
Talk about segues. In the next year or two, we're opening up our programs. So I kind of touched on our community program and our school-based program in recognizing that a lot of companies within LeTip or out of LeTip that we may go to for support. We talked about, aligning our values and these values. I just lost my train of thought. These values, they
values
I got it back. So we're in aligning our values with what we're seeing on the environmental kind of scan that we're doing. Big Futures is something that we want to really get off the ground in the next year or so, which is support for transitional youth, the ages between 18 and 21. We recognize that the young adults in that age group still need that extra support and, figuring out what they want to do in their life, whether that's going on to higher education, a trade school, if they need to learn personal finance and building resumes. Those are things that we want to bring underneath our umbrella. And
that's a high risk age group too.
Oh yeah. I mean, talk about the what mentoring does in terms of really deterring those risky behaviors.
Right.
Once the graduation for our programs is at 18. That's when I know I'm only a little bit outside of that age group. I'm 24 myself. You need to have that additional support, because once that support drops, which it really doesn't, because we try to stay involved past that point. But once you graduate, you're free to go, essentially. Not that this is like a sentence or anything. It's an opportunity, and they need to have that support after the fact. And that is something that we're making into more of a group mentoring model, since we recognize that it is a little bit harder for men to get involved and commit to being a mentor for that period of time when child is on the younger side of things.
Well, it seems like that's a very crucial point in someone's life, especially if they don't have anyone else that they can look up to or help guide them. So yeah, I mean, don't you think that's like, a crucial point when like people are graduating high school now? What do I want to be when I grow up? Like, should I go to college? If they don't have that at home, it's great that you guys provide that. I don't want to speak on their behalf. Is that some of the issues that you find some of the kids that you're mentoring they have?
It's not necessarily an issue, because not just because you graduate the program, it doesn't mean you're done talking to your big. We're very fortunate in our matching skills to have the relationships exceed past the graduation point. At that point, it's just out of Big Brothers Big Sisters hands. We've seen relationships exceed 40 years of mentoring relationships. But the mentor may not, in their own capacity, they may not be able to impart information on how to apply to college, how to set up financial aid, how to decide what college you want to go to, or if a trade school works better for what you want to do with your life. And setting up those personal finance things that every young adult, whether you're going to college or you're going on to trade school, you need to have set in line to really ensure your own success, because at that point you're an adult and you need to make sure that happens for yourself. But it isn't without the support of our organization as well as the community around you.
Awesome. So we were talking about this right before we went live. Do you think that it'd be beneficial for people to get involved in mentorships at an earlier age, and how would they go about that?
I would always recommend that you get involved in mentoring at any age, especially at the younger age. Youth mentorship really does make an impact in the next generation. You see generational changes that you may not have seen without mentoring. The 3 tenets that we really focus on are, emotional well-being, social capabilities, and academics. And within our programs, they're research, they're data-driven, and we see that with mentoring, you really have a better chance. It's that we say that we inspire confidence and ignite potential, and that's what you need to really get yourself to the next step in life. And if you may not have had the opportunity in your young life to be mentored or to mentor, I would recommend that you do so in your adult professional life. LeTip is a fantastic opportunity to get that set up, and you have so many people within your chapter who would be happy to do so to help you propel yourself to that next level, like we see in our programs.
Awesome.
The president of our chapter, he asked me, he asked the whole group what was our goal for his presidency. And from that, I was scared. I did not want to share. And he saw that my goal was to raise $250,000 for Swim with Heart. We want to open another location, and we want to make our programs as successful, continuing with the job development aspect of it and making sure our kids are healthy and moving on and moving on. And he made me stand up in LeTip and tell everyone my goal. And he makes me do it. I probably have done it 4 times in person and probably 8 times on Zoom. So LeTip is backing your business, our business, the nonprofit businesses that they serve. I mean, it really is amazing. So I definitely recommend it for any business that fits the categories.
So that's a good transition here. So, Mikey, I feel like, you're also a mentor to your, with Swim with Heart. So does mentorship resonate with your organization?
Absolutely. One of the things that we're looking at now is our adults with special needs, they grow up, but there's no place that they can work, similar to what Haley was saying. And we have found jobs that the kids can do or the young adults can do within LeTip and the members that we work with. And the members trust us to put a kid or a young adult that will be successful in their business. Wow. So we've been really lucky with that aspect of it. And everyone is supportive. And of course, fundraising, all the parties, they've come out, donated, and then some.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's great.
Thank you for that segue, Mikey, because John O asks, LeTip of Anaheim is hosting a holiday party on December 13th with Christmas gift donations for kids. We've never done this before. Can you offer any suggestions? Well, I first suggest that all your donations should go to these 3 lovely ladies. But besides that, do you guys have any suggestions to help John O on his holiday party to help raise funds or gifts for his holiday party?
John, I would definitely recommend working with your local senior living facilities and home residential care areas. They have a wealth of opportunities in terms of their residents who want to support and give back to the community and just may not be as involved in it as much anymore because they don't have the physical capabilities to do so. So I would definitely recommend reaching out to them. We have local, we're hosting our holiday party, I think 2 days after you on the 15th. And we have a local senior residency program called Heritage Creek that is donating gift cards and physical wrapped gifts to our littles for the holiday season. And that is a partnership that we've been utilizing and been really grateful to have for a number of years. So that would be my recommendation to you to receive those gifts and get them out to your kiddos.
Yeah, I would second that. I would say Target. I hate saying Amazon, but Amazon gift cards go crazy. Movies, that kind of thing for the kids. Restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So gift cards are a plus. I mean, I've been told not to get gift cards to give them to people on the phone. I'm just kidding. But, are gift cards a great way to give donations to you guys?
Yeah, I mean,
no, you can give it. I'm not going to turn away a Target card, but we definitely, I can only speak for Swim with Heart, but we would much rather you donate to us specifically rather than a Target.
Same here. I mean, it's not that we never use, I guess probably Home Depot would be a better gift card to give for us. But actually it's more difficult to utilize it than it is simply a donation through our website.
And I would definitely agree with you right there, Mary Ellen. It's probably easier to contribute a financial donation and then allow us to kind of allocate that where it needs to be utilized the most. But yet another form of programming that we have here that's actually signature to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Bucks County is our options program, where the case managers are professional mentors. Essentially, they have a background in social work. They take children out into the community who are experiencing issues with the juvenile courts of Bucks County. So it's kind of a probationary program, but it's funded directly by the community and those who support us from, as well as funds that come from the county. We do a gift card drive monthly for that program. And because the majority of their meetings take place at Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, a local restaurant. So gift cards are really helpful to us in that area. But would financial donations be a better donation? Yes. But like you guys, we can all agree here that no donation is never unappreciated.
Right.
They do.
We're not going to turn it away.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely. So if all your holiday donations are right here for you guys, and while we're on the subject, let's just tell people where they can go. So you can go to bbbsbc.org for Haley. You can go to swimwithheart.org for Mikey. And you can go to nsvc.us for Mary Ellen. So these are the lovely people you should be donating your holiday donations to. There are LeTip members. They're featured in Communicare, so you can learn more about them. But I do want to let you guys, I want to remind you guys that we are live. So keep the questions coming. If you have a question or a comment or concern, please put it in the comment section. We can answer it live with you tonight. So we talked about future plans. We talked about mentorship. Mary Ellen, go ahead.
Well, I wanted to announce a future plan about which we are very, very excited.
Please.
Our next phase, I've told you that the map that we are currently exhibiting, which is open to the public, is a prototype. Mm-hmm. The next map that we create is going to be of the entire United States. It's going to be 100 feet long and about 60 feet wide, and it's going to be permanently located here in Eastern Pennsylvania. So we are very excited to work with our business community and our local governments to get this facility established here. One of the things that we've noticed is that there's a lot of emphasis on science centers for youth, but we would regard ourselves, not that we don't include science, but more of a humanities center. And a lot of attention is now swinging a little bit back from the STEM education to include reading and arts, which encompasses history and culture. And I'll tell you one funny thing too first, is that
Please.
the geography of Mars is considered science, but the geography of Earth is not considered science in the STEM world. So you go and figure that out.
Is there an answer? Why is that? Do you know?
Insanity.
Yeah.
Or maybe they just can't untangle geography from history and culture. Maybe that's the answer.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, that's definitely true, and we don't have to go down that path.
We don't.
but I definitely can. I could see that happening. Awesome, great stuff. Mikey, you have the Swim with Heart Gala coming up in February. You want to talk about that?
Well, we're very excited. Chef Bernard is going to be cooking again for us, and we're going to raise funds to help kids with special needs learn how to swim and be on our swim teams, and also provide funds for our new facility, which is opening hopefully in May of 2024. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited to go to the convention as well and meet all of our fellow LeTip members and just really build on Swim with Heart and make it everlasting beyond what I can be a part of. So thank you.
That's great, Mikey. Good job.
We can tell Mikey's raring to go to Vegas. I'm right there with you. The convention is going to be fun. It's in Las Vegas, and this is why your email shouldn't be in spam, because we've been emailing you guys with special hotel directions and special discounts. You definitely want to check your emails and make sure the Communicare and LeTip's emails aren't getting lost in the shuffle in the spam. Speaking of fun games, Haley's got a big bingo festival coming up. What's that about?
Not quite a festival, but we do have between now and February, we'll be having 2 bingo events. The next one we have is December 8th at St. Cyril's of Jerusalem, just down the street from our office. That only has about 20 tickets left. So if you have an interest, definitely sign up now. And then we have our Guys and Gals bingo in February. I believe it is the 16th. Off the top of my head, that information can be found on our website, bbbsbc.org. And it's our bingos. People come far and wide to experience. So definitely encourage you to do so. I'm personally happy to answer any questions that you might have to get into the door. We have a lot of community business raffles. So what we like to do here is go across the county to ask businesses to give us a bit of a flavor of what they do and what they might be able to offer as a raffle basket. So we try to support our local business community that way. We do that with LeTip as well. And then we also have a series of prizes. I would say the holiday bingo prizes are a lot of fun because they're we get them in because we believe that they would be great holiday gifts for you guys to give to your families. Same thing with Valentine's Day bingo. That's what we call our Guys and Gals bingo. We have a lot of great prizes that are meant for you and your honey. So whoever is in your life, we purchase the presents for you and you have the opportunity to win them. So it's a lot of fun. It's a great event. We have a lot music, food, a whole lot of great stuff. So that's what we have on our docket until other events come up, and we'll be sure to share that out with you. So just stay tuned to our website.
Awesome. Great stuff. Mary Ellen, LeTip's all about bringing people together and help each other grow and flourish. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I could be way off here. But would like mentors or teachers or people explaining the map be something that you are looking for, or did you already supply that?
Well, it depends on where we have the map. If we have the map at a college, we usually employ student hosts and we train them as to how to help people enjoy the map, because you're right. A lot of people having never experienced a walkable map are hesitant to step on it. They're hesitant to experience it fully or reach down and touch the mountains and the river valleys. So our hosts demonstrate it and they explain it and they walk the talk. And so usually what happens is that they invite the parents onto the map because some of the smaller kids are hesitant to interact with the map. And once they get relaxed, then the kids are making games. They're hopping along the Appalachian Trail. They're making up dances and contests and everything in which they actually are playing with the geography. So it's really when that happens, then we know we've succeeded. So yes, and sometimes we have to actually hire the hosts. And like, for example, in Harrisburg, we went to a local theater website, and that's where we started finding our first hosts. But then we also went to some of the community colleges and found some other hosts.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. Besides learning, you say you have they're dancing on the map. Are there games that you guys play?
They make up games, but in addition to the map itself, there are geo shows that play on the map, so they're literally inside the story when it's being told. One of the stories is about the petroglyphs that are found in Pennsylvania, which are ancient carvings by Native Americans that are found on rocks in the middle of rivers. So the native people would go to those rocks maybe as a vision quest or something like that, and actually using stone tools make an engraving of a glyph. Then we have a replica of the glyph of the rock that was found in the Delaware, the Jennings Rock. And we have a little puzzle book that the kids can use and to learn a few words of the Lenape language. And the local Lenape Nation gave us 2 blessings to put into our geo shows that recorded blessings delivered both in English and Lenape. So it's some pretty heavy duty cultural experience that all ages do enjoy these programs.
I mean, personally, that's the area that I'm broadcasting to you guys from. They're the local middle school that I didn't go to, but it was partnered with the school district that I was in, is Lenape Middle School.
Right.
So I would love to have more information on that.
So I need to talk to you. So we have to you have to connect us, Doug.
That's what I was like getting at. Like you could use some mentors to teach them about the map. So that's what I was getting at. That's awesome. But yeah, I mean, can you play dodgeball on the map? Is that possible?
No, because there's a computer that's only protected by a curtain, so we can't have dodgeball.
No dodgeball. Good stuff. I'm just trying to think of some
you
games.
can buy special Earthwalk socks that have big bright arrows on the toes, so you can point at things on the map.
Nice. Very cool. Very, very cool. Great stuff. Once again, we are live, so we're coming to the tail end. So if you do have questions at home, put them in the comments section ASAP, and we'll answer them live. Any questions that you guys have for each other? No pressure. You don't have to.
I'm going to buy some socks, Mary Ellen.
Oh, are you? Okay. Well, you can buy them right on Eventbrite.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'll ship them to you. Normally we don't ship, but I'll make a special case.
Special LeTip deal. So, Mary Ellen, it sounds like you're from the Bethlehem area. Mikey, do you mind if I ask where you're residing?
I'm in Santa Monica, the West Side Regional LeTip members, but I'm actually from Baltimore. So I'm from the East Coast too.
Nice.
I'm from DC.
DC. Okay.
Yeah. Where are you from, Haley?
Born and raised Bucks County. So
right.
I live and breathe the area that I'm fortunate enough to support through this nonprofit. So
we haven't asked Doug where he's from.
Doug, where are you from?
I'm in New Jersey. I'm in New Jersey, North Jersey. We are the studio right here is in Wyckoff, which is about 20 minutes from New York City. So we're just close enough to go in there, but we get out. After we have our fun, we get out of there. And it's nice and peaceful here in the suburbs. But yeah, we're in Jersey. So do you guys? Obviously, everyone watching can give you a donation, but like, does location matter? Like,
No.
Obviously people can.
No.
Not for donation.
For me, it does actually.
Yeah. So for Haley, it does. Like they have to, like the mentors have to come to Haley, right? Or they could do a Zoom call, I assume. But like, what locations matter to you guys? Like, how do you guys get around? Distances. Mary Ellen, like I'm sure people have to come to you to go to the map.
Yeah, the map. We now have a geo show that is non-specific to Pennsylvania. The 2 Lenape themed geo shows were kind of Pennsylvania centric. So now we have developed a geo show on bird migration up the Atlantic flyway of the whole East Coast of the United States. So we are eligible to participate at venues anywhere in the Eastern United States. One of the things that's happened is that we keep having people come to us and say, we need you to make us a map of South Carolina so that we, or a map of Texas. We want to have a map of Texas. So we're not in that business, but a lot of people are really fascinated by this idea. So I kind of lost the thread of the question when I'm talking about. I already received a donation from a LeTip member in another city as a result of the article.
Nice. And hopefully you'll get more when they see our live stream here. How about you, Mikey?
I have to shut down now.
We got you for 2 more minutes?
Maybe let's let Mary Ellen say the last of her piece before she has to jump.
Oh, the computer's turning off on you? Looks like her battery's dying. Uh-oh. Mary Ellen, you there? Uh-oh.
Oh no.
It's live.
I'm not going to remove her from here, but I'm just going to put her down so we don't. It's not frozen. We'll just see what happens. Mikey, how about you?
Remind me of the question. Oh, local. Yes.
Yeah. Like, can people travel to you? Can you travel to people? What's your ideal person to come visit you? What does distance have to do with anything?
People are always welcome to come and visit us at our pool, at our local pool. I've gone and I've spoken to other pools about teaching kids with special needs, how to teach kids with autism, how to teach. I've spoken in Florida at our USA swimming convention to all the coaches about teaching kids with special needs on their teams as well. I mean, we can go anywhere and we can bring our coaching staff to you. I'm trying to get, before COVID, we were working on going overseas to a little island to help kids learn how to swim there, but COVID, so it's on the back burner, but definitely something that we're working on. So again, any person can donate. Any person is welcome to be on the pool deck with us. We just need a little bit of advance notice. And you're definitely welcome to come to our event. And please stop by my table, if I get one, at Las Vegas convention.
Absolutely.
We'll be there.
Absolutely. Can't wait. Anything else you guys want to ask each other or me or anything?
I would just say, in terms of location for Big Brothers Big Sisters, it's an important distinction between Big Brothers Big Sisters of Bucks County, which is the chapter that I support through and that we're a part of with LeTip. We're under the umbrella of Big Brothers Big Sisters of America, which is the national organization that they give us the research and the data and the branding, the images and all that, foundational stuff. And we really make it relevant to our community that like I said, I'm born and raised in Bucks County. You're not going to find someone who has a better understanding of Bucks County than those who support the area. And that's why we really make it, make that distinction between Big Brothers Big Sisters Bucks County and Big Brothers Big Sisters America, as well as for donations. If you make a donation to Big Brothers Big Sisters America, wanting to support Big Brothers Big Sisters Bucks County, it's not possible. So if you would like to make a donation to our programs, I would, if you want to put up our website.
One more time.
Absolutely.
Or feel free
you want to give it to Haley directly. Don't give it to me.
Reach out to me.
Haley's in LeTip, not the whole organization.
Big Brothers Big Sisters of Bucks County. And then if you can always feel free to just shoot me an email through LeTip. My information is there. I'm happy to discuss anything and everything about Big Brothers Big Sisters of Bucks County as well as LeTip.
Awesome. So along with that, I mean, let's just say someone, from LeTip was having, they know someone that's moving to Florida, and, they want to make sure they get some friends or some mentorship. They should contact you because you can connect them with the big brothers, big sisters of Florida or California or wherever they're going. So you're our inside source for everything big bros and big sisters.
Definitely. And especially because if you take Pennsylvania, for example, we have, I think, approximately 5 chapters within Pennsylvania. So I can even give you even more insight based on where you're moving or locating to, or if you have family in a certain area, the best geographical area, maybe utilizing Mary Ellen's map, showing you where that is. Because we have, like I said, our chapter supports Bucks County exclusively, but we also have Big Brothers Big Sisters Independence, which supports the county right next to us that I drive to essentially every day. So it's also important to have those, those county lines considered.
And believe it or not, I've actually taught swimming lessons to Big Brothers of LA.
Oh, I love that.
For their mentor program for the not yet Big Brothers, but before they become Big Brothers, sports buddies. Yeah. So we find ways to connect all around.
I love it. And those are the, like I talked about earlier, those partnerships
yeah.
within LeTip. That is a great referral because, we said that there's there's a bit of a discrepancy between for-profit and nonprofit. How do you exchange those tips, and how do you give to gain? And it's really establishing those partnerships within LeTip, whether it's a partnership with a business or with a vendor.
You guys are killing it with the segues because the next thing I'm going to ask you guys. So everyone that comes on the show, I ask them what LeTip means to them. So I'm going to ask you guys what LeTip means to you. I guess we could start with Mikey. Why don't you start? So, if you're not ready, you can take a step. I mean, you guys could choose who goes first, but this is at the end of every show. I ask the guests what LeTip means to them. So whoever would like to go first, what does LeTip mean to you?
So LeTip to Swim with Heart is definitely family. We reach out to them when we need help. We reach out to them. We rely on them for votes over certain specific local contests. We've won 3 big media prizes because of our LeTip membership. So LeTip helps us in all different ways depending on what we need at the time. But as I said before, LeTip was crucial in supporting Swim with Heart during COVID. And every time we need something, we can ask full-heartedly, and I'm amazed at what we can get back. So I'm grateful for the LeTip relationship. And I wish I had listened to my lawyer 5 years earlier. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Great stuff. So, Haley, you could have some similar answers. I'm going to pull it out as a separate social media clip. So, Haley, what does LeTip mean to you?
LeTip to me, I would say it is the one thing that is worthwhile for getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning for, since my chapters meetings are at 7. It's something that I look forward to every week. Like we've established, chapter does become your family. So it's people that I look forward to seeing. And if they weren't there the previous week, I'm like, I get to see them and I get to talk to them about what they're doing in their lives, whether it's personal or professional. And it all really informs what we do within the industry that we've partnered with LeTip in. So working with these businesses really inform what I do on the nonprofit level. And it's an opportunity I would encourage anyone who has the means to do so to take on within their local chapters, because not only do you have a community that is so supportive of you and what you do, but it's also they want you to exceed and at every level, whether you're a nonprofit or a for-profit, they want you to do well, because ultimately when you do well, the chapter does well.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great stuff. So since we're on the topic of LeTip, do you have any tips or tricks to help a fellow LeTip member, whether maybe they're newer or anything, any mentorship things you can mentor our fellow LeTip members? Maybe they need a little boost or they need a little mentorship right now. Any tips or tricks for a newer LeTip member?
I definitely have learned from each person, each business. So I have 100 families or 100 individuals that call me, hey, do you have a plumber? Hey, do you have a lawyer? Hey, do you have someone that can fix my car? I was in a car accident. Those kinds of people in your group that you can rely out or rely, what is the word I'm looking for?
Rely on?
Rely on. And also like my florist, my photographer, I use them. Everyone loves me for the flowers that I give every Mother's Day, every Christmas, every Valentine's Day. So we really rely on our relationships to help other businesses succeed as well.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Mikey. Our florists, we work with them through LeTip. Shout out Dominic Graziano. They have chained, like working with the vendors within LeTip and the other businesses really just, it takes what you do to the next level. And it's all in the name of community. And that's my personal favorite thing, especially living in the area that I do. It's like seeing magic really unfold behind your, like in front of your eyes.
And I'm going to get in trouble that you shouted out your florist. So please bear with me. Marina Del Rey florist, Sarah Carmichael. She's amazing.
We have to.
Absolutely.
But my best advice would be really to be creative and really schedule meetings,
one-on-ones.
Yeah, really get to know the people within your chapter, because if they may not be able to help you on their personal business side of things, they know people who might be able to help you. Or it really becomes, they say givers gain, and the more information you give, the more information you're going to get. Same thing goes with money. Like the ideology really transfers between, financial and messaging. So definitely my best recommendation is to be creative.
Awesome. Great stuff. So in the spirit of Thanksgiving, how about you guys give us maybe one or two things, whatever, doesn't matter. Some stuff that you're grateful for. Since it's the Thanksgiving live special, would you like to share some things you're grateful for?
Haley, you want to go first?
Yeah. I mean, would it be too cheesy to say LeTip? I mean, that's what we're here for. So, I mean, I'm very grateful for LeTip. In terms of Big Brothers, Big Sisters, I'm grateful for the business community that really makes what we do possible in our very small localized area. There's a lot of businesses that want to support and may not have the ability to do so. I would recommend getting involved with your local LeTip chapter. If you are unable, just join a business-to-business group or sign up for regular community mixers and just get involved in the business community. And a lot of opportunity will come to you through that. And then I'm just personally grateful for Big Brothers, Big Sisters. It's been a long ride here that I'm looking forward to continue. So I'm really thankful for our supporters and those who make what we do possible and make our dreams and goals possible as they unfold. So.
Great stuff.
I would concur with that. I am grateful for LeTip and the friendships.
Mm-hmm.
The friendships really mean a lot to me, and working really hard to get members tips and working really hard to get them the tips that are real, solid, good tips.
Mm-hmm.
I am grateful for the community that Swim with Heart is in. Our members are amazing. The gratitude that I have for our LeTip employers and employees that make a difference in the lives of kids that wouldn't get the attention that they need for their job to be a success. So I'm very grateful. And I'm grateful for another outlet to express how much we love LeTip. So thank you.
Absolutely. Great stuff, guys. So last chance, if anyone at home wants a question, comment, concern, they could put it in the comment section. We'll answer it live. Now we're going to have a little fun with you guys. Are you ready to, play a little game?
Okay.
It's very low key. Don't stress. Let's see if we can pull this off. Connor, you
Sharks and minnows.
So we're going to do the speed round. We're going to do
Okay.
the speed round. Now, the only ground rules we need to cover right now is who's going to go first. It should be under Garrett. Yeah, that's the one. All right, so there you go. There you go. Timer ticking. All right, so you're going to hear the timer tick. Connor, can you move that over to the right? I can't see them. There we go. There's a whole screen behind this camera here. So it's the speed round. Now, I'm going to ask you questions that have nothing to do with LeTip, have nothing to do with business, and nothing to do with nonprofits. It's all about you. We're going to get to know you guys a little bit better. The only thing I need to know is who's going to go first. So, like, I'm going to ask you a question, and then I guess Haley's going first.
Haley's
That
going
was nose
first.
goes. That was nose goes.
Oh,
I'll go
well,
first. That's fine.
You guys can rock, paper, scissors if you want, whatever you want to do.
I'll go first. Unless Mikey has a
No,
desire.
Haley goes.
So Haley's going to go first.
Sure.
So I'm going to ask you questions. Haley, you say your answer, and then when Haley's done talking, Mikey, you say your answer, and it's going to be quick,
Okay.
rapid fire, some fun questions. Connor, hit the ticker. All right.
I hear it.
So, guys, favorite food,
Sushi.
Lasagna.
favorite dessert,
Or gluten-free Oreo cookies.
Cheesecake.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to want to click the one, Connor. It's loot one. There you go. Favorite movie.
Off the top, Twilight.
Wow. All right.
That's quick.
Rent.
Okay.
Rent. All right. Isn't that a Broadway show?
But it's also a movie.
Movie too. All right. We'll let it slide. All right. Favorite TV show.
What am I watching right now? Grey's Anatomy, I guess. Not my favorite, but it's what I'm
Law and
watching.
Order.
Well, the question is your favorite. Haley, what's your favorite?
I can't even off the top of my head. All time, probably like One Tree Hill or something.
Okay. And Mikey's Law and Order.
SVU, yes.
Yeah,
All
that's a
right.
good
All right.
one.
Yeah, specified. There's like 100 of them. SVU. Okay, cool. So that's TV show. We can adjust it a little bit. Do you have anything that you enjoy watching streaming, like Netflix, or you binge watch a show? Is there any streaming shows you enjoy?
I like the Boys series on Amazon Prime, and they have
All right.
a lot of superhero stuff on there. I'm into superheroes right now.
Nice. Very cool. Are you are you like Clark Kent Superman with your glasses? Are you a superhero?
I
Oh, man.
can be superhero mentoring with my super dirty
Wonder
glasses.
Woman. How about you, Mikey? Any streaming stuff you're watching?
Friends.
All right.
Yeah, timely.
Yeah.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Favorite thing to do that has nothing to do with business, has nothing to do with nonprofit stuff, like favorite hobby, something you get away and you do your thing.
When it's nice weather out, I like to go paddleboarding and read on my paddleboard, which is like kind of a
Wow.
twofer. It's a lot of fun.
Multitask. All right. Mikey?
Any ocean.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a beach guy as well.
Yeah.
All right. Love it. So there's a great show. I like the show. It's called Ted Lasso. He's like a
Mhm.
coach, whatever, but he always asks people, he's always asking his boss and stuff, questions. And one of the questions he asks is first concert and best concert. So what's the first concert you went to and the best concert you went to? Uh-oh, Mikey's going to have a great answer.
My first concert was One Direction back in 2012.
All right.
And best concert, probably I toss up between Roger Waters and Foo Fighters.
Nice.
Very great shows.
Mikey, let it rip.
My first concert was The Cure
Okay.
in Philadelphia.
Yeah, no shame there.
And I mean, if I don't say this, a lot of people will be very disappointed at me. So Taylor Swift.
Fantastic
All right,
concert.
guys, Swift
Yeah.
are tuning in. We got Swift Nation here. All right, so okay, how about sports? You guys have a favorite sport?
Anything Philadelphia.
I
I'm
didn't say team, I said the actual sport.
Oh,
You have
I
one?
thought you meant like sports teams. My bad. I mean, soccer, volleyball.
All right, Mikey.
I'm
swimming?
a Raiders fan from Baltimore, so please don't judge me. And I love when I go to the Laker games, but I'm actually a Clipper fan.
All right,
So.
all right. So I can deal with those. So wait, so Mikey's Raiders and Clippers, and Haley's anything Philadelphia.
All Philly teens.
All right,
Don't ask
as
me
a
about
Giants fan,
anything
I'm gonna have to
else.
delete you from the stream right now.
I mean,
Those are the
North
one
Jersey.
fans I can't stand. Sorry, Haley. But
Hey.
we'll let it slide today. We'll let it
Told
slide
you,
today.
born and raised. What can you do?
We'll fight tomorrow. Great stuff. Connor, any other questions you got, Connor? Nothing? Putting them on the spot. Oh, here you go. Favorite book.
Favorite book. I mean, I can't say Twilight again. I would definitely say I have a very strong attachment to the Harry Potter series, and I'm actually looking forward to reading them again soon.
Nice.
Mine is Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett. I love that book.
Do you guys have a favorite business book or strategy book or something you learned something from that you like to share with our fellow business owners?
I don't remember the title of it, but it was some sort of management book. It was like, what the heck is EOS? That was probably my last management book I read, and it just helps you kind of formulate, your pipelines, especially in nonprofits. So, Mikey, you might be interested in checking it out.
What the EOS?
What the heck is EOS?
Okay. One of our business members of LeTip wrote a lot of books, but they have curse words in it, so I can't say it. But Dan Gordon's books.
you can blank them out. You can give spaces.
Yes.
Okay. Beep, 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 beep. All right. And last question. A piece of advice you would give to your kids, your mentorees, or your swimmers here. What's one piece of advice you'd like to give somebody?
Always, if you need help, ask for it. Don't wait until it's too late. So don't be embarrassed about needing.
Music. This is good stuff. Go ahead again. Mikey, say that again, because I'm going to pull this out in the clip here. Okay. What was yours?
To not be afraid to ask someone for help or advice. If you need guidance, reach out to the people that you look up to, and they will give you gold words to live by, and they'll help you. And this is what my lawyer always says: if you did what I said the first time. So he's been in business 30 years. I've only been in business 13 years, but now I listen to what he said the first time. The first 10 years, I listened to what he said the second or third time. But now I just do what he says.
Mikey, are you always getting in trouble? You keep talking to your lawyer.
No, but business, when you run a business, you sometimes...
You need that extra mentorship.
Yeah.
I'm messing with you. I know you're a good girl. But that actually reminds me of the quote. This is what I live by, because we're always dealing with different personalities. Is you can lead a horse to water, you can't make him drink.
Yeah.
Haley, how about you? A piece of advice.
I was going to say, talk about segues. We're doing great at that today. I mean, talk about bringing a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it. You have to make people aware of the resources that they have around them. And it's an additional step to help them take advantage of it. There's unfortunately, there's a lot of shame in taking resources from your community, and that's exactly what they're there for. So I would definitely encourage you to at least ask about it and familiarize yourself with the resources available to you in your community, and then reach out to a local nonprofit to see how they may be able to help you access those resources, or give you more information on what may make you more eligible for those resources, and just really get involved in your community further so you can learn about all the opportunities available to you, professionally and personally, if you have those needs.
Awesome. Great stuff, guys. Last chance. If anyone, we're almost there. Mikey's trying to get off here. Last chance. Anyone in the comments section, if you want to tune in, if you want to chime in, this is your very last chance to do that. Any questions, comments, concerns you guys have about anything?
I mean, I would just love to have the contact information of everyone here today. I think this is something really interesting. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to come on last minute and share about what we do here, but also to learn more about Swim with Heart and the NSVC, who are like both organizations I think are really important, as well as you learning more about what the nonprofit community is doing and doing successfully to help my chapter exceed and be successful, Absolutely.
Mikey, anything you'd like to add?
I'm just thankful for your time, and thank you for putting this together. And I really appreciate all that LeTip does, and this radio show is great. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Great stuff. So last chance, anything you guys want to share with the people at home? I'm going to put your information up right now. So we have bbbsbc.org. And that's everything that if you want to learn from Haley and her mentorships and the Big Brothers and Big Sisters clubs, you go there, you check that out. If you're looking for Mikey stuff, you go to swimwithheart.org. And if you're looking for Mary Ellen stuff, you go to nsvc.us. Anything else, guys, before we go? Anything you want to share?
This all counts as a tip, so write us down.
Sounds good to me.
Yes.
Sounds good to me. Let's rack up those tips. Well, thank you guys so
Thank
much
you.
for coming. It's been great. We got to learn so much about you guys. Don't forget, everybody at home, to check out the Communicare and go to, oh, Connor's rushing me with the music already. Go to the Communicare and check out the article about our nonprofits, about all three of our lovely ladies we've had today. So if you check that out, you get to learn more about them. Thank you so much for watching,
Thank
everyone at
you.
home.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time on LeTip Live.
Bye.
Bye.